What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Tarun's Thoughts. My name's Tarun Shetty. This is my bedroom. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. It's Wednesday. I'm having a pretty good day. I got my car tuned up, my oil change. I've been writing, as always. I don't know why I write, but it just keeps me occupied, I guess, and I do enjoy it. But it's kind of maddening, to be honest. But I was telling a story to a friend of mine, and I thought I'd share it here. Sometimes I think, why do I don't care at this point. I really don't. I mean, care's not the right word. I don't mind at this point. I feel like if my experiences can help people, then mission accomplished. That's all I want to do with these vlogs. If I can just help people in their own life, because I feel like I've gone through enough. In terms of showbiz, especially. And so I thought I had these two stories which have the same theme, and it's about intuition. I get torn about that because I've quit really great jobs because my intuition was like, dude, you gotta just quit this. And then I'm like, man, was that stupid? Was I just an idiot for quitting this job? And I've also committed myself to long-term projects where I'm like, this was not smart, but maybe there were lessons to be learned. And I'm not trying to dig too deep about universal predestined outcomes, but I do think your intuition you have to follow. And I'm going to give you two instances. And I'm actually, before I tell these stories, I'm prefacing it by saying I'm actually glad these opportunities did not work out. And both people who are mentioning this story, if you watch this, I do appreciate you because they're still in my lives. It's just something which happened. The first story was, as you know, I was struggling for work. I was selling used cars, CarMax, and while this was going on, I was working with Tyrese Gibson, who was rep at CAA before CarMax. So I had a good relationship with CAA, and they brought me in to be an agent there, interviewed me, and I was pretty tight with not tight, but I knew the head of one of the departments, and I go in there and I meet with all their department staff, whatever. And I remember before I went in, I knew the girl who just left, and I was kind of replacing her job. And she goes, make sure you ask for X amount. It was above six figures and stuff. And I was thinking, man, I'm selling cars. Why would I ask for that much money? But I was like, she used to work there, but my intuition was like, dude, you have to ask for this money because I had someone who worked there, right? I was selling cars at CarMax. I was like, I should have been like, yeah, I would have taken whatever you paid me and improved myself. Anyways, so I made that but I asked for that sum, and they ended up not hiring me. Probably, again, they might have not liked me either. That's also could have happened. But I didn't get the job, and then I found out they promoted an assistant from within, which means they were probably paying them shit money. So I was like, dude, I should have listened to myself. I don't know why I didn't follow my own intuition, but I had a friend on the inside. I thought, let me follow that. Anyways, so I'm glad that didn't work out because I probably would have been miserable. But it was a good lesson for myself to be like, hey, you know what? Maybe I should trust myself more. But then I did it again. Last year, I auditioned to be a host in QVC, and I sent in an audition tape. It was kind of like this, chilling out. It was very relaxed. I host. I can turn it on and I can just talk normally. And I was kind of just talking about stuff, products, and that got me to the LA callback, which was in front of the main casting director for QVC. And I worked with a friend who actually flew out to Philadelphia for the final callback for QVC. She coached me because I was like, the person's an amazing host, by the way. She's amazing, a good friend of mine. And she coached me to the point where I was so locked in, hosting wise, the beats and stuff. And I was walking in there you know what? This is too formulaic. And then I did it, and I remember the casting director was like, yeah, what happened to the guy in the audition tape? This was too hosty. And I remember thinking, I was like, dude, I knew that going in. I was like, something was off. And they told me that. And I'm actually glad for that too. I mean, I can say this in retrospect now. It's easy to say that because I would have been living in Philadelphia or whatever, hawking random products. But another instance where I knew intuitively, like, dude, just be yourself. You don't have to like turn it on. Just talk how you normally talk. But I just, for some reason, like whenever we encounter people who have like a range of experience and who have, they've just been there, we trust that they know more than we do. But I've learned now we can only trust ourselves. Like we have to trust ourselves. And I was listening to Jerry Seinfeld be interviewed by Mark Maron, and Mark Maron was talking about, they're both comedians. You guys are living on another planet. And Mark Maron was talking about creating a TV show for these networks, getting development deals, and they always give you a writer to develop the show with you. And then what happens normally is, you write, they create some show, doesn't go anywhere, and then you were spit out. That's it. And Seinfeld was like, look, you are the best writer in that room. Like, you have to trust yourself. Like, just because they give you a writer does not mean that they know what they're talking about. And I agree, 100%. I feel like if I ever had that opportunity, I would write my own stuff, even though I don't have enough credits behind me as a writer. I think I would trust myself unless it was truly forced on me that I had to work with this guy. And that's just, one of many circumstances of trusting yourself. And I think a lot of times in life, people come across like they know more than we do, and they probably do, but they definitely don't know how you're feeling. And only you know yourself and what you can express and bring, and you have to trust that inner monologue sometimes. Not monologue, but just inner feeling. Does it make any sense? I hope it does, because this is definitely on the forefront whenever I make decisions. Whenever I feel like, hey, you know what? I should do this. I think, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to write this? Do I really want to jump into something? Because I spent my 20s and 30s just jumping into projects because I felt like the Indian in me had to work, had to like always be outworking somebody else, and then I was miserable. So I think this kind of applies to a lot of different things, and I hope it helps you in your life. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. Have a great week. See ya.